Hey guys, Weir, roadtoruta.com. It is the wild, wild west in the cryptos. Crazy trading. I heard today that Ethereum went down to $15 on a flash crash. There's a lot of hanky-panky going on out there. The status ICO, excuse me, initial coin offering went off, and apparently there was all kinds of problems. This is why I'm excited that the regulators are getting in on this game. Because it's pretty much unregulated right now. The status ICO was not available to U.S. investors, which is good. But who knows what's going on behind the scenes? It's not good. So all I wanted to tell everybody, it's very important that you get your Bitcoin, Ethereum, all your coins out of the system, out of the exchanges, out of the wallet, online wallets, into your own possession. Because all summer it's going to be like this, just crazy. And you want to keep everything offline because you're going to see times when everything just freezes up and then you'll freak out about, oh, can I get my coin out? But yes, keep everything offline on a paper wallet or in something like a Trezor. There's a bunch of offline options. Do your research. But be prepared for a lot more of this. Throughout Cliff's data, it says just insanity hits the cryptocurrencies all summer, and the price is definitely going up, but in the midst of that is going to be insanity. It might go up, 500%, and you might not be able to get your coins out if they're stuck in an online wallet or an online exchange. Now's the time to be safe, especially if the banks go down. If the banks go down, you can kiss all the online exchanges and online wallets goodbye because they don't pay their employees in cryptocurrencies. They pay them in US dollars, or depending on where they are, they pay them in fiat money. And if they can't pay their employees, they can't pay maintenance on their business. They can't pay their taxes. So it's very important to keep your cryptos offline. If the banks go down, everybody is screwed, except those who have physical silver in their own possession, physical gold in their own possession, and physical cryptocurrencies in their own possession. Yes, physical cryptocurrencies. I call anything that's kept offline a physical cryptocurrency. So, yeah, if you are participating in any of the ICOs, it's going to get crazier and crazier because the hedge funds are in there now. And the big money players, and they're going to mess with the system the best they can. The flash crash in Ethereum was there's no doubt in my mind it was kind of orchestrated by someone who was trying to mess with the market, probably to get everybody out in a certain area while they did something off on the side with the status ICO. But there's all kinds of ICOs coming. It'll be interesting to see if there's any retaliation against something like status from the people who, kind of the computer experts who wanted to get in on the ICO, but for some reason was denied. And that, you don't want to go to battle with these computer guys because they're mean and nasty. And they'll come after you and crash your system and do all kinds of things if you get on their bad side. But that's the way of the world these days. Computer power behind the scenes is very powerful. And I welcome all regulation into the cryptocurrencies, the blockchain technology. We need regulation. If you want to participate at this early stage, my only advice is to just be ready to lose everything, because if you keep it online, especially if you keep it online with a questionable overseas brokerage, and there's hundreds of them. I think there's over 100 of them. Even the big names are questionable. I'm struggling right now with Kraken, and I can't seem to find out where they put my cash. And I'm like, dude, it's right here. I got all the transaction numbers, and it's an internal problem, they said, so they're working on it. So just be careful out there. And when these ICOs come, there's a lot of questionable stuff that happened with the status ICO, because there was another ICO, another big one called, I think it was called Civic today. So the status one was supposed to be happening on Saturday, and they changed the date to yesterday, and then there's one happening today. So they basically lumped two huge ICOs together on the Ethereum blockchain. I have a sneaky suspicion that whoever made that decision was part of some plan, some conspiracy to clog the Ethereum channels and wreak havoc on it. And they got the dive in the price. Price is back up to like $300 now and moving. So if you don't have any yet, I'd get some Ethereum. If it goes down to $200, buy some more. You're gonna be hearing a lot about Ethereum. There are so many ICOs in the wings, and I don't know if this ICO model is gonna work in a regulated environment, and the unregulated ones are subject to massive manipulation. So it's kind of, it's the early days. It's the wild, wild west of the cryptos. But if you can get it in your hands, get it offline, out of the system, along with physical gold and silver, mainly silver, obviously, for the 50,000 reasons I've already told you. And when you double your profits in the cryptos, go and get some silver. I've said it many times. Every time you double, put 10 to 20% in physical silver. And as the cryptos go up, up, and up, you're going to see the price of silver the bad guys get squeezed and squeezed. And ultimately, it will fail. The silver manipulation will fail one day when the United States is ready, because we kind of orchestrate it right now, and we have been for decades, if not at least since 1913, probably since the mid-1850s, when the opium trade, the opium wars went off. It was all about silver and trying to get the Chinese addicted to opium. Do some research on that. It's really interesting. That's kind of the start of silver manipulation. And so silver's been manipulated for, 150, 160 years. The price has been suppressed. So just imagine the price of silver, what it will do. It was freely traded. And it won't be, probably never freely traded on the COMEX or the LBMA. Those two exchanges will go away. And I think it's going to happen in the next banking crash, which could happen any day with the derivatives going off right now in Europe. So stay tough, stay strong. All my silver friends, I haven't abandoned silver at all. No, I've just got into something that is allowed to move in a fair market value way. And I got tired of watching silver be held down. We know it's rigged. We know it won't move until Steve Mnuchin takes his finger off the mouse that holds it down, and the banksters are taken out, and that's going to happen when the swamp is drained in the United States. A lot of rumors that the swamp is about to be drained, especially after the attempted assassination of the Congressman Scalia. So that was all about the Pizzagate stuff. So I think it's time that Trump is about to pull the plug on this. On the bad guys, the criminal cabal, and it'll be really interesting to see if the United States survives it. Clearly, there'll be a constitutional crisis because about a third of Congress is involved in criminal activity, and if you're going to drain the swamp, you're going to knock out a third of Congress, and yes, there will be chaos, obviously, and they'll be fighting, they'll be denying it, but then if they release all of Anthony Weiner's documents and information and videos and phone conversations that he has on his laptop from Uma Abedin, who saved everything that Hillary Clinton ever shuffled through her, I have a sneaking suspicion that Uma Abedin did all of the electronic communications for Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton couldn't figure out how to use computers. So that made her very valuable to both the good guys and the bad guys. And luckily, she married a guy who was not only a criminal pedophile, which I think he's in jail now, but also an idiot when it comes to erasing data and all the information that Uma had stored up over her years. Remember, she was hired at the White House around the exact same time that Monica Lewinsky was hired as an intern for Bill Clinton. Uma Abedin was hired as an intern for Hillary Clinton. So yeah, that's an interesting position to be an understudy of that criminal family. Anyway, this is Bix Weir, just with a little heads up that there's going to be a lot of chaos this summer in the cryptos. Don't say I didn't warn you, but the chaos is going to be down and up. There's going to be flash spikes, too. Not only flash crashes, like with Ether today, where it went down to $15 on one of the exchanges, but flash spikes, where it goes up to $15,000. So you got to be ready to do anything. I suggest just sitting back. Let it all run through the chaos that it needs to run through, knowing that in the end of the day, it'll get stronger and stronger, and that the network of problems getting fixed will be nothing but good for the blockchain, for the cryptocurrencies. But people will still say, what are you doing there? That's crazy. That's a Ponzi scheme, blah, blah, blah. We're going to hear it forever. Anyway, this is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. We'll talk to you later.